This Chef's Kitchen podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download now at audiblepodcast.com/The Chef's Kitchen. I'm joined by Chef Marc Orfaly from Pigalle restaurant in Boston, and you're going to create for us a very unique dish using some pasta, some squid ink pasta, correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
So this is a classic vongole dish from Italy. This is just when you think of clam and white sauce, this is basically where it originated from. It's just a manila clam they use in Italy, extra virgin, rosa.
Right, of course.
Of course. What else would we be using? Sliced garlic, white wine, little chili flake, olive oil finish, that's it. So there's a spin that I've done with that.
Very good.
So I'm using little neck clams from Pat Woodbury, Cape Cod.
We know him as being renowned in the
that is
guide
correct.
to use.
So for this, I'm going to do...
You do some extra virgin olive oil in a hot
extra
pan?
virgin, like medium hot, not too hot. It's a little bit of smoky bacon.
Good.
And I used some of the pork lard. Like any onion, I'm going to use the bottom first. So this, in essence, is my garlic. I'm not going to use...
okay.
I'm not using conventional garlic. And this is really great. It has a really great sweet
I can smell the sweetness, actually,
yeah, it's really
as you
nice.
put it in there. I can
so
smell it.
those are the ramps, and you actually don't even have to. They can be cut a little bit larger. And this is some of the garlic scapes. There's also green garlic. There's also torpedo onions. There's
I
a lot
love the aromas coming from this. Going to add our clams at this point?
Add the clams.
I really like how you're using some unusual ingredients.
So next, I'm going to deglaze with a little white wine.
Good.
Okay. I'm going to bake this in the oven for a minute, and it will allow the clams to pop open, and I won't have to keep it on the stove.
And as you're working right here,
Okay,
since it is Festival of Fine Living here in Kennebunkport, we all are celebrating our artists in many forms, not just our chefs, but our visual artists as well. We're proud to have you, Jonathan Eichman, here as our celebrated artist for today. I've never seen anything like this before. Please tell us about your work and your inspiration.
Well, I've been painting for about 11 years and professionally for about 9. I'm inspired by the challenge of taking objects, whether it be objects from nature or flowers or food or even antiques, and then putting them together in a composition.
It's beautiful. I love your work. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Well, thank you.
And I'm pleased to know that you will be joining us for the tasting when Chef is finished.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Wonderful. We'll see you back then.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Okay. So what do we have going on now? Our dish is in the oven, right?
Right. Well, I just pulled it out.
Oh, wonderful. So we have opened, our clams have opened up
Our
then?
clams are open. We have some salted boiling water.
These clams look great.
These are really great. Great
So
flavor.
nice and simply prepared.
Great flavor.
Love how the shells catch some of that great juice.
Yep, absolutely. So this is squid ink pasta.
Have you made that in your restaurant?
This is from the restaurant. This is just a basic pasta recipe that when the olive oil, eggs, and water, we just add some of the squid ink to it and then fold the flour in.
Okay.
Very easy, actually.
Very popular. It makes a very dramatic presentation on a plate.
Here's some beautiful ramp tops I'm going to use.
Okay.
And as I was saying before, these are pea tendril leaves.
Yes.
So these are the top of the pea plant.
The pea plant.
And you can find these in most Asian markets. If you ever go to an Asian restaurant, these are I think they refer to them as pea pod stem.
And what kind of flavor does it impart?
It's kind of
Mild?
a spinachy,
okay.
vegetarian. I mean, they're really, really great. I like them in if you just do
Very
straight
delicate.
sesame oil. They are very delicate.
Very delicate.
So we picked the leaves for this, and
Good.
then I'm also going to. This is just some squid that I've char grilled and sliced thinly. So I'm going to add that. A little of this to the pasta. So you're going to have a really great
wonderful
balance of a little bit of smoke, a little bit of the flavor
like how
from
you sliced it nice and thin,
a little bit of flavor from the ramp, and that's going to really melt in with the pasta.
Yes.
I'm going to finish this with just
some butter.
a little bit of butter. Don't tell anyone. When I do cook pasta dishes, I like them to be just a little bit different than if they were just in a
Oh, look how
Italian.
beautiful. Jet black that comes out.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it makes for just a little bit of a more neater presentation.
Yes, so you're going to put the pasta right over. Oh, look how beautiful.
Right in the middle.
Oh, I love it. And
Okay.
I really love this shells catching all that great juice and
then
broth.
we're going to make sure that we get some of the beautiful pea leaves and bacon.
Little olive oil to finish it
Oil
off.
and finish. You can't get enough of that rose olive
Oh, I
oil.
know.
A little more scallion to finish.
Beautiful dish.
And that's it.
I'm actually going to go straight for the clam.
The best part.
I think it is anyway. And then I'm going to go for pasta.
Again, these Pat Woodbury
wonderful.
clams, they have great juice. I mean, the juice alone makes for just like a really wonderful sauce. You could just eat that. They're great as if you want to make like a great roasted clam, like a clam casino kind of thing. They're really good.
That clam is spectacular, so juicy. Jonathan Eichman, how wonderful to have you on the show here. What an honor for us to have such a celebrated artist on our show. How can we keep up with what you're doing with your? I know you have a blog.
I do. I have a blog spot. It's JonathanEichtenblogspot.com. And it's a working diary. It shows paintings that I'm working on at different stages, but also finished work too.
And another artist,
Hello.
Marc Orfaly from Pigalle. You are a wonderful, wonderful chef.
Thank you so much.
It's been marvelous having you back on the show.
You know, all the training I did with Evan over the years has finally paid off.
It
so
honed
I'm
in,
really
right?
happy
He honed
with
your
it.
skills.
That's
But
right.
we've enjoyed having you both, enjoying
you.
fine living here in Kennebunkport. No better place on earth than Maine. This Chef's Kitchen podcast was brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download now at audiblepodcast.com/The Chef's Kitchen. Log on now for over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.